Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to another issue of the Daily Planet. Comic-Con is ever so closer. Very excited, very excited. I mentioned it kind of like in passing a couple videos ago, but the missus was sick for a whole week. She's still actually trying to like beat it. And I feel like my body's been trying to beat this thing too. Like I feel like it like finally got to me and it's been like trying to hold off. I'm actually wearing glasses because my eyes have been like irritated by like my contacts. I even switched out my contacts, so hopefully there's like nothing happening there. But that, man, it's like, don't get sick before Comic-Con, don't get sick before Comic-Con. Or if you get sick before Comic-Con, let it be early enough that you're good by Comic-Con, you know? There's always these fears before you start getting to a con that you're really excited for. You know, like, will I finish my costume in time? Will I get sick and then I can't go? Will this thing happen and I can't go? Like, there's always like this nervousness that hits. But it'll work. We'll get there. We'll get there. Last night we worked on a test run of the makeup I'm using for my costume. So head over to Nerd Affiliated on Instagram and cast your vote as to, it's in the stories. Cast your vote as to what you think I am going to be for Comic-Con. But the costume pretty much is just about there. Just about there. I'm going to have to shave this off, leave just the mustache. So there's another hint for you if you're playing the guessing game as to what am I going to be for Comic-Con. But yeah, it's a rainy day today in Massachusetts, and that's why I'm down here in the basement as opposed to outside. I also wanted to make sure that the basement wasn't flooding because it's a lot of rain. I'm just giving you guys spitballing here. Just spitballing here. But what I kind of wanted to emphasize in today's video is something that I saw another creator talk about. It's also Prime Week. So I'm not trying to, again, I'm not trying to make you believe that gear is of the utmost importance when it comes to making content. But gears, it's pretty important. It's pretty important. And I would actually say more important than gear, and I may even, you know, it's funny, as I do these videos, I may contradict myself as time goes on and not realize it because I'm putting out so many of these videos. But what I would say is more important than gear is the concept of frictionless, a frictionless method to making content. So, for one, you don't want to have gear paralysis, right? Where you're like, oh, I can't make content because I don't have the right gear. You don't want that to happen. Just like everybody says, it's true. If you have your phone, use your phone. If that's all you got, go for it. But what you want to try to get to is a point of, can I easily just start recording? Like if I'm going to do a toy unboxing, what is the fastest setup I can make? So that way, when it's time to do my toy unboxing, I'm not stopped by the process of setting up, right? Now, again, there's always this asterisk there that I want you guys to remember. If you're making content and you're taking the route of, I'm going to just use what I have, right? Or I'm just going to do it my way. You still need to keep in mind the user experience, the viewer experience. You know, is the audio good? Is the camera angle good? Is there enough lighting? You know, like there's these little things you still want to be aware of, even if you're not using like the most expensive gear, right? So right now, I'm using, as I've been using for the last couple of months now, I feel, right? It's been a couple months since, this has been since before Boston Comic-Con, which is in August. It's crazy. I've been using the DJI Action 5, Action 5 Pro. Even though there's no normal Action 5s, I don't know why they put Pro on there. I'm using this, right? Paired that with my DJI Action mic. Now, I'm not saying this is the optimal system, not by any means. But what I found was, for me, it's easy to just turn on the camera, turn on the mic, start recording, good to go. Like, it's as frictionless as it could possibly be, in my experience, from the kind of videos I've been making and historically have made. So for you, you got to figure out what is the best way to do it. What is the most frictionless way to make content, but also that will look decent, sound good, etc. Now, I mentioned that it's Prime Day 2 or something like that. And I believe the DJI is on sale. I don't know about the mics. I didn't actually check the mics, but as you're buying lots of fun things for Prime Day and Target Circle Week, and I think Walmart's doing their thing too. As you're finding lots of fun toys to buy and other cool things that bring you joy, if you are a content creator of any sort, do take a moment and just see if there's any gear out there that will help you with your content, that will help you be more efficient with your content, that will help you produce better looking content, better sounding content. You know, you can buy an entire wave of figures for your channel, but if you continually forget to review them because your mics don't work anymore, your camera doesn't work anymore, your light went out, whatever the reason is, take some time, get something for the channel, for you, that will help you make your content. It's not something that comes up a lot. I know there's plenty of channels out there that have succeeded with terrible sounding audio, have succeeded with terrible video. Not saying that this is the end all be all rule, but in this game of content creation, any little bit will help. And if you can improve that audio just a little bit by getting some new mics on sale, even if it's a shotgun mic that goes on top of like your camera or your phone, you know, points at you, and it just your voice traveling at it is what gets picked up, not sounds around. Even if something like that, like, just treat yourself. Treat yourself. So I still have not decided if I'm going to be taking my normal camera to Comic-Con. I am feeling like it's going to just be, I feel like it's just going to be the DJI. Sorry. I had to double check something. I think that's the route I'm going to take. So hopefully you enjoyed this issue of Day of the Planet. Hopefully you do get yourself something nice for Prime Day. Maybe something nice for somebody else. Who knows? Once again, tomorrow night is Hey Archer Live, the New York Comic Con preview show. I don't know yet what I'm going to do differently for this versus a standard live. But I do know that since New York Comic Con starts tomorrow, there may be some announcements to talk about. There may be some reveals to talk about, you know, so we'll find some stuff. We always find something to talk about on Hey Archer Live, mainly because you're in the chat helping me out. With that being said, I'm going to finish my coffee, clock in for the day, and stay frosty. I still gotta come up with a nice, not nice, but like a cool ending to these videos. Issue closed. No, never mind. See you later. As I try to find the button. I found the button.